Classical sculpture has always shown us and inspired us to be the best that we can be, and I think Ernest Burke is a symbol of that.
Hi, I'm Deasia with Out Magazine. We're here at Tydings Park in Havre, Maryland, where a statue is being dedicated to American baseball player Ernest Burke. Burke was the first Black U.S. Marine to serve in World War II, and we're at the memorial sculpture dedication to take a look.
And 97 years ago this day, a young man was born by the name of Ernest Burke here in Havre. As the mayor of the city of Havre, in the name of its good people, and I repeat, in the name of its good people, we gladly accept this sculpture and thank everyone who had a hand in this day.
3, 2, 1, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
The value of art and sculpture in a community setting is it helps us connect to the history and the humanity. When we see a sculpture, we can see ourselves in that sculpture. It starts to make us understand the history better.
We know Ernest as Havre de Grace, great honored son, but if you knew him as a man, he was even better off the field of his care for people.
A day like today for us all to be together again in recognition of my father's history is so heartfelt. He guided our family with a spiritual guidance, but most of all, it was love.
He was tall, he was strong, he was soft-spoken, and he loved children. And so when we were going to schools to speak about the campaign for Mr. Day, Mr. Burke would come, and of course he had this special way of talking with young people.
His character and who he was, and him later coming back being the baseball player that he was and the leader and mentor that he was, but starting with giving of himself, potentially sacrificing his life for a nation at a time that maybe didn't necessarily want him to be like everybody else.
Putting this sculpture of Ernest Burke here is just being true to the community that we are and people that we are, recognizing the people who we are, because Ernest Burke is a great citizen.
I think art is about what we can be when it's in the medium of a public work. I think it's about what we can be, because classical sculpture has always shown us and inspired us to be the best that we can be, and I think Ernest Burke is a symbol of that, and the sculpture just emulates that or adds to it or augments that.
This was certainly a banner day, and it was a day that we could see African Americans at the height of their career and contribution. And there were times that we were wondering whether or not, this would ever come to fruition, that we would actually get a statue of an African American in Tydings Park.
That's why, I had to sit here and wait till everybody left. Because for me, this is a 28-year journey.
When I look into that face, I see 1,000 stories. And I think it's anyone's story that you want to make it.